All right, we're going to start this recovery process on this Volkswagen Beetle, 525 grams of refrigerant. And I'm going to use the thermal camera and show you exactly what happens inside the condenser and some of the lines as the pressure drops, temperature drops. As pressure increases, temperature increases. You'll see that in the camera, that right now, the center of the camera, if you look at that little green spot, if you can see that green in the middle, right there? Well, that green looks like it's centering right about here, and that's center, and it'll give you that temperature of this point right here. You also see some of this, you see some of the tank, you see a little bit of the handle, all in this picture right here. And you'll see them change color. So where you see up here in the top, it says CEN, that's center. That is that green right there. Then where you see max, it's 68 degrees. And if you look right at the tip of my finger there, there's a little red X. It's not moving, and it looks like it's on my unit somewhere right here, 68 degrees. And then if you look at the little blue X that's floating around, and that is minimum, and if you come up here where it says minimum, MIN, 59 degrees. So my tank was inside my car, and my recovery tank is 59 degrees. So right here it's 59 degrees. This is where the little X that is blue is floating around, measuring temperature right here. So this is warmer than this, and this is somewhere in between, around 60 degrees. So let's get this process started. And you see I have temperature clamp. This is on the lower liquid line. So you see where that's a little red dot right there? That's the red line. And then up here on the vapor line up high, see where it says it's blue? That's the blue line inside there. So we'll see those deviate because this is sitting on vapor. There's no liquid right here at this point. This is at the bottom of the condenser. After the receiver dryer and the circuits, these bottom like 4 rows of tubes are filled with liquid refrigerant. So this line is filled with liquid refrigerant, and you'll see the difference. So let's get this started. Recovery, turn it on. We're gonna see those lines deviate in a minute. Let's see that I have it on. We got the pressure going down, and why is my pressure not going into a vacuum? There's something wrong with this fitting. I already changed this fitting out. You see how this went down to a negative, but the high side didn't change? Let's try this again. There's something wrong. I already changed out 3 fittings in preparation of, and this was the one fitting that actually got some pressure through it. Let's try a different fitting. Okay, open that up. So there is, this is what happens. You know, all fittings are not created equal. All couplings are not created equal. I know I had something squirting out there when I was putting that on, but I guess it wasn't enough. Let's try this one. Look down inside there. You look down, you can't see it, but I'm trying to see that the core is centered inside there and it's not bent off to the side, and it appears to be centered. So we'll try a different one. So this will be like my fourth fitting. Let's see, we're trying to see if this squirts out of here. Yeah, I got flow there. So let's hook that one up. This is real world when you find out things are not perfect. And I really wish there was higher standards that some of these manufacturers were held to when they put vehicles on the road for their little service cap fitting. Same with these aftermarket. There's a lot of problems with them. So we know, hell, I'm not gonna bleed it. It's all gonna get recycled anyway. So we know we're back up to 57. Let's turn it on again. Open, open. There we go, it's not going into a negative. You see how that's staying up there? Now let's come back and look over here. Nothing has changed yet. There it goes. You see that one line dropping down? That's the liquid line. You see how the vapor line is not dropping down. So this is dropping in temperature. The vapor line is not dropping in temperature. Let's see if we see anything over here. Now, you see the bottom of the coil? The bottom of the coil is turning black. You see where the blue X used to be down? Look at my tank. So you see the red X is down on my tank right now. My tank is getting hot, and the refrigerant circuits in the condenser are getting cold. You see all that black starting to develop, the purple? That's where all the liquid refrigerant is. And because the car is tilted, because the car is tilted, it's jacked up over there. All the liquid refrigerant is over there. You see where this went down to its lowest position? And now the refrigerant is disappearing. The refrigerant is gone. And so now the temperature is going back up at this point because there's no more liquid refrigerant. All the liquid refrigerant is down here. It's tilted because this is tilted. The liquid refrigerant is right here, and the liquid refrigerant is in these tubes. And that is indicated right there where it's all black. That's where all the liquid refrigerant is puddling down because the car is at a tilt. So all the liquid refrigerant is to this side, and it chilled down the metal on that side. And you could read that on your thermal camera. And now, where's my pressure? I'm down to 4 PSI. So that's it, it's almost finished. Now I could open the high side because I do not worry about taking liquid refrigerant out of the liquid line. So I'll open the high side without any worries of removing that. Plus I always could see down in the sight glass right here if there was any liquid passing by there or bubbles from the oil. And you see how fast this recovery unit is compared to the big old dumb machines, the RRR machines, but you'd freaking go bankrupt if you had to use one of those all day long to do AC jobs because they're so freaking slow. That's all I wanted to show you is that drop right there. You see how hot the line has gotten? You could see the hose. You could see the tank got hot. And you could still see where all the metal, where all the refrigerant has pulled to this side because it's tilted like this. And that there's no more liquid refrigerant right here because you've seen the temperature go down and then you see the temperature go back up. No more liquid refrigerant. All right, see you guys.